What up? What up? What up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Welcome to the Coach Ernie Williams podcast. We are back again at it. Got a special guest, Danielle McCray, KU Jayhawk in the house. What's happening, Big 12 partner?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, I appreciate you being on the show, man. I can't wait to catch up with you and see what's been going on, hear all about your story. You guys, if you are watching now, share this. We are on Facebook at Coach Ernie Williams and YouTube at Coach Ernie Williams. So all you have to do is type that in the search box. We'll pop up. You'll see our beautiful faces. Man, let's get started. Like, what's up? What's up, B?
Nothing, man. Just out here in Atlanta, just busy as heck. Like I got a lot of stuff going on. My business careers, and then still working out. I just had a 10:30 a.m. workout today. So just keeping myself busy and just trying to enjoy the summer. So
yeah, that's crazy. So I know we're going to get into your business a little bit. I love talking about athletes that have, started businesses or organizations. And I know you're still hooping. Yeah. Talk about your whole journey and, how you got from point A to point B, how you got into basketball. And try to give some advice to these aspiring high school and college athletes that want to be where you are and where we were. I'm retired, but and help some of these parents out with these babies. But let's just start off. Let's catch up about like how has the last year been? How has the pandemic been for you?
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's for me. Luckily, I've been blessed to. It's helped me stay focused in my businesses. Like when it first happened is when I was playing in Russia. Okay. So that's when I got back early. They canceled our season. So I was in the house for doing nothing for 2 months. So when that time happened, that really made me focus on just not going out, not hanging with friends, just really home, just kind of working on other business ideas that I had that I wanted to put into play. Right. But every time I'm overseas, it's really nothing to do over there. So I'm always jotting things down, but it's when it's time to come home for the summer, it's everybody D, let's hang out. So it's just I'm getting pulled from different directions, so I lose that focus. Yeah. But when the pandemic happened, it was yo, you need to chill and just really focus. So that's what really happened, and then ever since then, it's just everything just kind of just flowed. So I'm as much as it seems bad, I'm thankful for it because it slowed me down. And also made me, cautious about what's going on in the world. But I think it helped me grow on different levels. So,
yeah, that's awesome. So I know, before we get into your full story, tell us a little bit about your truck business. Because I think that's so dope. And I think, you just hit a milestone in your business, adding some bays. So talk to us a little bit about what type of business you have right now.
Okay, so I have a diesel truck repair shop. So what it is basically the 18-wheelers that transfer freight to different, shippers and consumers. I own a repair shop that repairs those trucks. So I started it 3 years ago. June 9th actually will be my 4th year anniversary of it. Wow. And, basically, my dad's been a diesel mechanic for 25 years. And when I was a little baby, he was just always, in the truck. He's also be a truck driver. Okay. So I'll be 4 or 5 years old, he'll drive the trucks to McDonald's. I'll grab all the first little toys, that come in the Happy Meals and stuff like that. And then he fixing the trucks. So it was just normally when I come from overseas, I was hey, Dad, I always go have a daddy-daughter day type thing. Go, check his shop out where he was working before. Mm-hmm. So all the work, so something just clicking. I'm just you know what? I'm going to open up my own shop. So maybe 2 months later, I was just kind of searching online, and I found this shop in Suwanee, Georgia, maybe 45 minutes from my house. Okay. I went there, signed the papers, gave the money to get in the shop. And I called him over the phone. I was hey, Dad, I got this spot for us. You can't say no. So it literally, I literally forced him into this business because I knew what it can bring, and I knew how much he meant for that other company. Mm-hmm. But everyone was coming there for him. He had so many clients that would say, hey, I want Steve to do my, to do my truck, things like that. So I just took him from that business and just started our own business. And ever since then, since we first moved in, it's just been rocketing, and it's just a blessing that I have my dad to do it, you know, and it's I trust him, he trusts me, so I'm on the back end of things. So I'm, you know, making the flyers and making phone calls, answering the phone calls while he's just, you know, working on the trucks. So
right.
that's kind of how it started. Yep.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope. So it's about to be your 4th year in June,
Yep.
man. Congratulations. Congratulations. So you're scaling a little bit, right?
I am, yeah. So actually last week I actually found another building because I wanted to scale and go bigger because we've been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the place that we were in Swanee, I couldn't grow as much as I want to really grow. So I found another shop which has 5 bays. I came from 2 bays to 5 bays. So now I can have about 10 trucks in the shop at one time. So, and I'm going to I have like 2 more mechanics. So I'm just really trying to, you know, grow this thing and retire off of this, man.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Shoot. I've been hearing people getting into the trucking business where either the mechanic side or like actually having a portfolio or fleet out on the road. And it sounds interesting. It sounds like it's there's a lot of products.
It's a lot of
out there.
Exactly. And during the pandemic, like I never had to shut down because it's essential business. So like, you know, like, because the freight has to keep going. Like, you know, they're delivering the masks, they're delivering water, like everything we needed during that pandemic, the trucks have to deliver. So during the pandemic, actually right before I went overseas to Italy, I brought a truck. So I also have a truck too.
Okay.
I have a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia. So I have a driver that drives for me. So I pay him weekly.
Nice.
Goes from like Atlanta to Jacksonville and back. Atlanta to Savannah and back. He does that Monday through Friday, and he's off on the weekends. So he's actually on this route way to Jacksonville right now.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's good. And I actually want to have maybe like 4 trucks. So that's the plan, to have like 4 trucks, a truck shop, because it only makes sense. Like to have a truck, then you have the shop, like that's erases that mechanic expense because I do my own repairs.
Right. It's just full circle. Everything's back.
I'm kind of just staying in the trucking industry. I mean, it's not many women that own businesses in the trucking or truck drivers. I also a woman truck driver, but it's kind of hard to find a woman truck driver that's going to stay long, you know, because they have kids and things like that. So it's kind of hard. But these men, they drive. But my goal is to get like 4 trucks and also have 4 women drivers driving for me. So I'm staying in the trucking industry. I got 1 more year of basketball. I'm done with basketball. I mean, I played 13 seasons. I feel like I want to go out on my own terms, and I feel like I'm kind of like doing it in the right way, just to transition while I'm playing basketball. So
that's dope. That's dope because you know, I transitioned with no plan, and I'm so glad you're still playing. I'm so glad you're still healthy, and also you know, being a mentor to people that are still playing and have not, looking at you and seeing that you've been working in the last 3 or 4 years in a business and trying to build it. Now you're scaling. You're showing that this is what needs to happen. It's possible with any business. So I'm gonna have to get out you with the truck driving.
No, for sure. I'll be telling people, they be like, yo, I need to buy a truck. Like, I'm like, I can put you on. I can get you, you know, freight and get your truck making you money. You just got to find a truck and a driver. So,
that's crazy. Yes. What else are you doing? Are you doing any? I know you're doing some type of investing, forex.
Yeah,
right?
Too. I do investing. So I have some charts that, you know, I do for foreign exchange market.
Okay.
That I do that with as well. So it's just kind of like right now the markets are kind of a little strange right now. So it's kind of hard for me to find some good setups. But I do also, you know, invest my money in that as well. And I have another thing that I'm doing. Like a private investor for a lounge that's here.
Okay.
Too. So you know, I got my hands in a lot of stuff. So I'm just waiting for that one thing to just pop.
I know. That's how we are as athletes. You know, we got a couple skills and then we keep building on it. Like that's how I am too. Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into it. So we got Danielle McCray. Let's take us from the top. You know, where you from, where you grew up, what type of student athlete were you? You know, and we know you got basketball in you. Did you play any other sports? So let's start from the top.
Okay, so I'm from Florida, originally born and raised in Boynton Beach, Florida. Moved to Kansas and September 11th. My mom's job transferred when that tragedy happened. Then I went to high school in Kansas, and then I was recruited to go to Kansas.
Wait, what high school?
In Kansas?
Yeah.
I went to Olathe East.
Olathe. I know. I've heard of Olathe. I don't know where it's at. Is that like close to Hutchinson or Wichita?
No, it's like 3 hours from Wichita.
Get out
So
of here.
like,
I grew up in Hayes.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to high school in Olathe.
Okay.
And then I went to college at KU, played there, and then got drafted to Connecticut Sun. I played with Connecticut Sun for 6 years. I just kind of suffered so many injuries until I couldn't, it was kind of like I was injury prone, so it was hard to get back in the league. So ever since then, I've been playing overseas and enjoying myself and doing business stuff in the summers as well. So
right. What did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, so middle school I actually played. I had got a 5 sports award for real in middle school, and I played softball, volleyball, basketball, track, and something else.
You had some swimming, some tennis. What you play?
No, wait.
You say soccer?
I don't play no soccer.
Come on.
Maybe it's a 4 sports award. Yeah, I think it's a 4 sports award. Yeah. So I did softball, volleyball, track, basketball.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I was at volleyball, and I played volleyball in high school too. Went to the state championship. But and then in college, and then in high school I did triple jump. Mm-hmm. I was a triple jump champ. I was the shot put and discus, yo, for real. Everything. I was like a 3 state champion, and I won triple jump, shot put, and discus. So just imagine like a triple jumper. So I got this like skinny old suit on because I did 4x1 too. Right. And then I'm doing my triple jump, and then I go with the shot put girls, and like they like kind of like bigger. So so they would like the shot put and triple jump goes at the same time. So every time I went to the shot put, like they were finished. They already placed. So I'm the only one just kind of like going by myself because everybody already did their throws. So then I just come over there and just throw one time and just first place. It's like, you want to throw anywhere? I'm like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, I was actually really good at shot put and discus. I got an offer to go do shot put at Kansas. But my coach Bonnie, she wouldn't let me do shot put in basketball at the same time. She thought I was going to mess up my shoulder with stuff like that. So, yeah, so I was decent in the track and field as well. So
that's crazy. You could have been dual sport.
Yep.
Cool. So high school at Olathe, Kansas. Man, how was high school in AAU? Did you play AAU there in Kansas?
In Kansas, when I came here, it was like late, so it was kind of hard to find a team. Transfer or my mom job. So I didn't really know many people. I didn't know many, places to go or things like that. But I did play for a team, Kansas City Bells, and then I played on North Carolina Classics, which was like all the teams, like everybody from around comes together. So we never practiced, but playing games together. Right. So I played with some players on that too. So I really didn't play AAU like that. Mm-hmm.
So I remember when I was in Kansas, it was more MAYB. Was it that tournament? Like, were you playing MAYB or not really that either?
When that one, and like I did like the Adidas Top 10, that's when I was really seen. Mm-hmm. And it was more so like, I don't even know the names of them, to be honest. Like I forgot, but it was like just in Kansas City. We would go to like Wichita, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Talk about recruiting. How was recruiting for you through high school and trying to figure out, what college you wanted to choose?
To be honest, like my college experience, as far as like picking schools, wasn't like I felt like when my AAU coach actually knew Coach Bonnie. So like they were so it's like I was playing for her and I didn't know, like my parents didn't know the recruiting process. I didn't know the recruiting process. So she was just like, hey, you're doing well. So after my junior year, I committed to Kansas. I didn't have any visits or anything, So kind of like, okay, like let me listen to my AAU coach. And that's kind of how it went. Like, and then my senior year, like going into my senior year, top 10 camp, and I played really, really well there. And that's when I was 19, and so that's when like I was like already committed. So it was kind of too late, but to go somewhere else. But it turned out a good little ride. So
What year did you what was your freshman year at KU?
oh,
That,
six,
06.
yeah.
Okay, so just a year behind. Okay. So you was with what? Brittany Raven's class?
Yeah. Brittany,
Okay.
Riley, Andrew Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I mean, I'm saying, yeah. AT.
Yeah. So you one visit, boom, KU, and it felt good, right?
It did. I just as far as like how involved she was, like her and my mom was, like it was just it really took one visit, I guess, because I never else. So, but I just really felt comfortable too. Like it wasn't like it was just like, oh, I could have went somewhere else, but like I love Coach Bonnie, and to this day, like we still talk, and she, a person that shaped me to who I am today, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Is she still coaching at KU?
No, she's not at KU anymore. She's at UC Santa Barbara, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, bring us fast. So fast forward to freshman year in college, man. How did that go for you? Was it an easy transition? Was there some adversity?
No, not at all. I think that year I was like, I don't want to play basketball anymore. As far as like the conditioning, like, and then when I was in college, I was lifting a lot. So I was a heavier, bigger guard. So like I couldn't really guard nobody. Like I was getting blown past. Like I had to score when I first got there. Like I just couldn't do anything. Like that transition was tough. But I felt like they worked me in. But that first year I used to call my mom every day. I want to transfer or I don't want to play basketball anymore. So yeah, it was tough, but it ended up really well in my freshman year. But it was a lot of us too. We had like a freshman class of 7. So
oh wow, yeah, that's a big one, 6 or 7. How did it go on the student athlete side? So the how were classes? Were they big classes or were they typically, I don't know, smaller, like 50?
Yeah. So when I first went into there, I majored in computer engineering.
Okay.
So I was doing that. So it was bigger classes because it was regular non-student athletes that were doing it. After my first year, I had to switch majors because it was hard to juggle that and basketball at the same time, because with the computer, because if I didn't play basketball, I wanted to be a computer engineer. So it was on stuff like if we would have a away game, like I would miss one lesson and that would just mess me up for the whole semester. So I had to change my major.
Dang.
Because I kind of knew, like, at the end of the day, I did want to do my career and being a professional athlete. So so it was kind of hard to juggle those two. But as far as like the schoolwork, it was easy once I changed my major to really juggle it. Like, and with my financial advisor kind of seeing, how things was, it was cool.
And so computer engineering, what is that? Is that programming or?
Yeah, yeah, it's like programming and problem solving, troubleshooting, like kind of like finding out, why the software won't load, things like that. I'm just kind of like into finding, like, just solving problems. That's kind of what I like to do.
Yeah, I think I took a couple like C+ and Java classes, and those were tough. I couldn't pick it up. Pick it up in college, but like I studied some of that stuff just for fun, like outside of like a couple years outside of college, and I was like, okay, I understand it, but I don't know. I could not pick it up.
Yeah, like in middle school, like it was my middle school, so I used to code in middle school, like HTML coding, things like that. So
that's dope.
I was really into it, and I actually wanted to start studying it again when I was in Russia. It's kind of like I was just too far gone for school to get back into it. Like I want to see
It's like I'm gone for a reason.
Yeah.
So shoot, what was the next major that you chose after having to transition out of computer engineering?
Yeah, so I went into communications and then a minor in business.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was kind of what I was in, and just writing papers, doing speeches, things like that.
So business, was that your idea, or were you talking to dad or mom about, what your minor should be, your major as far as business? Because if I could tell anybody, these youngins, is to at least minor in business, finance, marketing, you know, something that's going to help them understand how to build some type of wealth and understand finances when they get out of college.
Can you, do you lose me?
We can hear you, but I can't see you.
Hold on real quick. Someone called my phone and it messed up.
If you have an iPhone, you can put that do not disturb moon on. That'll keep it from
okay, ringing, yeah, because it just totally messed up. 1 second.
It's okay.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
But yeah, so what was my question? So you transferred out of engineering, computer engineering to communications. Oh, we're talking about business, the business minor. Mm-hmm. Did you already kind of have that in your mind, or was there somebody that kind of mentored you, like, hey, maybe you should think about something in business, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of just because it was just like, what can I do? My major, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to, after basketball, what possibly could I do with it? So it was just like kind of asking me some questions, like my counselor, like, how doing something with business. So she kind of throw it out there, and I was like, okay, right, maybe. But I really didn't think nothing of becoming a business owner or nothing, like, while I was playing. So it helped, but I really, she kind of like just at me with it.
Right. Awesome. Because that's one thing I would tell these student athletes now is to, you know, for your minor, or at least take some classes in financials and budgeting and marketing and understanding money. Right. Because when you graduate, you're either, you know, 1 or 2% get to go on and play the next level for women and guys. And then most of everybody's going into the working force. Yeah. Right. So we saw in the pandemic, it's super important to have your own income streams that you control. So
yeah, I feel like if anybody anything now, it's like that was when everyone kind of, it just clicked for everyone. So
and we still in it. Is it crazy? Like, what is going on? All right, so let's get more detailed into your college experience. So freshman year was a little rough. I think you came out of it, you know, on the positive side. Take us into, you know, sophomore and junior year. Where was your skill level? And then if you needed to adapt, where did coach say, hey, we got to add this to your game?
Yeah. For me, I think, like I said, when coming in my freshman year, it was more so that I was like, kind of like on the side as a guard, like a bigger guard, because I lifted a lot. Their main focus sophomore year was to just lean me out. So I was just really like on like a weight plan and just kind of just controlling everything, get slimmer so I can really, like, you know, be at my true position. I was a true shooting guard. So that was like going into my sophomore year. And then like my junior year was more so just me just in the gym shooting the mess out of the ball. Like, I was just in the gym with our little radio on, just hours a day just shooting. And it's just like that next year, like, I shot the mess out of the ball. Just kind of like picking and choosing what my game was. Like, I was my teammates, like, during college, I would dribble the ball probably like 6 or 7 times in college. Like, I was just coming off triple screens, double screens. Like, I was just shooting the mess out of it. So kind of expanding my game and just leaning out was kind of like what I did in college.
Okay. Talk a little bit more about like, if there's, imagine you're talking to these middle school kids and high school kids about what that work ethic looked like to not only trim down, right, and to eat healthier and work out a little harder, but then also to put those shots up, right? Because you said you shot the mess out of the ball and you were putting that work in.
Yeah, for
sure. And then you saw it later in the season. You know, you started to see that develop. A lot of these young kids or athletes really don't understand that. It's like a bank account, right? You gotta deposit before you see that big amount, you know?
Yeah. It was, for me, it was just like, I don't know. We had to stay there during the summer too. So it was more so like you had to do it. It wasn't like, you know, like it was like, hey, the gym is open, so go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, but for me, I felt like I saw like my shooting percentage, so I wanted to. So it turned into me just wanting that passion for it. You know what I'm saying? Game. But it does take a lot of work. And then I had summer classes. On top of summer classes, we had 6 a.m. at the track. Then after that, extra shots up. So it really wasn't much time. Like I was saying, like it really wasn't much time for me to even. I don't even think I enjoyed college as much as I should have, to be honest. Just because I felt like I was in this fishbowl. Like anything Danielle did would get back funny. Like I just had to watch everything that I did, and it wasn't worth it. And then it's on the weekends. It's like I had to slim down, so it's like I'm not about to go, drink or do this because I watch my figure because Monday we weighing in. So like
I know
it was like it was kind of like it was on a clockwork. So I was really in college just about basketball, about my future, not really enjoying, that college life experience.
Yeah.
My first year overseas is I felt like everything just went crazy for me. I'm just like, okay, now it was backwards, you know what I'm saying? Like I enjoyed like I was in college when I graduated college.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the dedication. That's the student athlete, type of dilemma, not dilemma, but just experience.
Right.
Working on your craft, and you have the ability to go to the next level. That's what it takes. But yeah, I definitely remember, going out on 6th Street, and then the word got back somehow to coach. And like, who was out here telling on us? Our fans telling on us? What's going on?
Right, like, gang, who was out last night at 12 o'clock?
Like, dang.
Like
the whole team.
Yeah, and it's most of the time I really wasn't out, but someone go out, we all had to run. So
right.
You're good if you do it or not, Yeah.
So. Do you have what was your number one or most the hardest adversity you had to go throughout the college career?
I would say when I year.
Say it again.
When I tore my ACL year.
Oh, you tore your ACL. What year was that? I think I do remember.
Year. Can you hear?
Senior year, it's cutting out a little bit. Right. It cuts out every once in a while. I think that's just the connection we had.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Bit? Okay. Just my senior year, I tore my ACL in our bye week. So we had I was doing like a shell drill, going towards the line, just did like a little lollygag pass, like jumping in the air to throw the ball, and it just was it. And I was just devastated. That was my senior year. I was picked to go number 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
Minnesota that year, and I just thought my career was going to be over with after that. And I found out that I tore ACL right when he was putting me into the MRI machine. So just imagine, like, you don't know, you by yourself, like you're a senior, like you get on the MRI machine and he does that last test.
Yeah.
You tore it. And then it's just like, you don't have nobody to call. Your phone is up. You're just in this machine for 45 minutes, knowing that you just tore your ACL and you can't possibly get drafted in 3 or 4 months. So luckily, I was drafted hurt, so it was cool. But that was the hardest thing for me.
Sorry, y'all. If y'all hear this, though, it's a car horn going crazy outside. But yeah, I know all about those MRI, scary machines, knockings. Like, it's a whole construction site. I've been in those a lot, but I can only imagine, man, just getting that kind of last tug news right before you actually go in and get the MRI. So you missed you said bye week, so you missed all of senior year.
All my senior year, yep.
Man.
The conference, the preseason games. We wasn't even at the conference yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mentally, how were you let's say that first month or two?
It's all over the place. But luckily, like, I have my mom that was only 30 minutes from me. She's only for me, so she would be down every weekend.
Yeah.
But it was hard. Like every day, like it's just your whole, like, what you wanted. That past junior year, what I'm saying, we lost a really good card. And then so she came back, and then we flip-flop injuries. Going into the season, we had so many expectations, and it's just like that happened, and it's on the sidelines every day, for 3 hours I'm rehabbing while they're practicing, and me not knowing how my would go. So it was tough mentally, but I had a good support system to help me fight through everything.
Gotcha. Share some advice that that we can give these middle school and maybe high school players and even college to when they get hurt. You know, it's number one is to take care of their mental health, but then how do you still be engaged with your team, because you had the whole season to get through, right? How are you still engaged with your team and kind of being there as a teammate?
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job of kind of like keeping me in tune with everything and just keeping me a part of it still. Like I said, like I was never in the training room doing my rehab, on the court doing my rehab. So, you know, hearing everything. Coach Bonnie would be like, "You hear that, D?" Like she was still coaching me, like as I was sitting there, knowing that I wasn't gonna be back next year. So, they did a really good job of just kind of, you know, making sure I still felt wanted and a part of the team. So, but you can get, I mean, that was just my first injury. So I had 2 other injuries after. It's tough, and you have to be mentally strong to get through it. Not a lot of people can get through that.
Yeah, it's really day by day. It's just it's just not even thinking forward, just doing everything you can that day.
Right.
Maybe you do, rehab twice or 3 times a day. It's just really that day. I've torn ACL on both sides, had meniscus, cleanups. So I really understand where you're coming from, and it's a hard space, and it doesn't get easier.
It is, because I mean, one day you can bend it all the way, then the next day you can't even bend it. So like I'm like, yesterday I can bend my knee, today I can't even bend it. So
exactly,
it's a roller coaster for sure. But it I think that was kind of like the hardest thing.
Okay, cool. How long was your recovery until you kind of back? Yeah.
Then I went overseas in 6 months.
6 months?
Yep.
Dang, you was working that thing.
Those 3-hour practices, I was on it.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was 6 months in October. So I did it in, I forgot when I did it, but October. So the draft, I still got drafted, hurt, to Connecticut. And then that October, I went to overseas to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the draft. How did that go? Being, well, you were 6 months, so you were like probably released by then to be drafted and go right into playing. How was that experience?
It was cool. I don't know, that whole day was just kind of like just nervous. I didn't know what pick I was gonna go. I had phone calls before, but I just didn't know. It was just my family was there, so I was excited. But it was amazing. Like it was just one of the things I would never forget. Mm-hmm. Where you just dream of something and it really happened, and just hearing your name called, going up there, getting your jersey, and then all the interviews and stuff. So
yeah, and first round for sure, right?
Huh?
First round for sure. Yeah.
Number 7 to Connecticut.
Number 7. Dope. Yep. And then so you got drafted to Connecticut Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's talk about rookie pro season.
Yeah.
How was that? I know you because you go to training camp first and then you make the team. So how was training camp? Was it like anything in college or?
No. Once I got out of college, breeze. So so that first year when I got drafted, so I was in the draft with Tina Charles was in my all them as well. So it's like I didn't play that year because I wasn't ready to.
Okay.
So I missed that WNBA season and I went overseas. So the following summer I played, but it was good. Like our coach Tebow is a really good coach. He's more so on like the just taking care of your body. Like he wasn't running us, he wasn't doing anything. It was just like he knew who he wanted to keep. So it was just in the training camp was basically going over the plays, things like that. So it was I would say it was simple. It wasn't that hard at all.
Nice.
That player. So it's like if you're a rookie, like, and you're playing with him, like it's like if you're not playing, like you should, because you won't. Our practice is not hard, so
yeah,
you might want.
Right. So fast forward, you make the team. You get past training camp. How was that first summer, that first season, as a rookie in the WNBA?
Mm-hmm. It was good. I actually just kind of made a name for myself and was got known from other teams. So it was fun, but it was like you had to like grow up quick because in college it's like you're used to When the pregame, when to eat, do this, like when, to be ready for the games. But everything was on you. Like, be bus here, what time you need to eat before. So it was just very professional. And that was the hardest thing for me to do, is knowing like what my body needs, what time I need to eat before pregame, what not to eat. I remember before a game, like some spicy pasta, and my stomach was on fire again. My chest was burning.
Yeah.
So, like, you just, those little things that college helped you though, like you do, like it's kind of like you had to remember it and do it at that on a professional level. So
yeah,
everything is about you. So if you mess up, like it's on you. Like, up, you know what I'm saying? Not somebody that's there to tell you, hey, the bus is leaving. Like, no, they're gonna, and you find a ride to the airport. So it really is like that. So
it is.
Yeah, like one time it's like, I think I missed the bus, and I woke up late. I missed the bus, so I had to find the hotel to the airport to catch the flight. And if I would have missed the flight, I'd have to pay for the flight. So
was that freshman year WNBA
no,
or overseas?
My second year.
Second year.
Yeah, we had probably went out. I think we went out. Just had a long night. Had a long night. So
that's fun. Okay, so Connecticut Sun had a good rookie showing, and then where did you go overseas?
My first year overseas, I went overseas to Israel. My second year I went to Slovakia.
Okay, yeah, take us through your different seasons.
Yeah, my first year I played in Israel. I played in Slovakia, Good Angels, a EuroLeague team, and then my year I played in Italy in Schio, another EuroLeague team, and then fourth year I tore my Achilles in Schio in Italy. So then I missed like 9 months there. Then I went to Poland. After that, I went to France, Israel, and then Russia, and then Italy again.
Wow. What was your favorite place to play? As far as like, so two ways. So as far as the team camaraderie and that experience, and then like just the country and city.
Yeah. So I would say, I mean, Italy kind of hit both of those. When I played, the team was fun. We was EuroLeague. We won the Italian championship, won the Italian Cup, and then I love the food there. It's amazing country. I love Italy, but I would say like Israel was like the beach, like hanging out, like kind of like just lose focus of basketball type place. But I mean, overall, like Italy was my played in Schio.
Yeah, I heard. I wasn't able to play in Italy, but I heard great things about it. I know Americans loved it, loved the style of the country and the play there. Also, Israel, man. Israel's like everybody's trying to get to Israel.
Yeah, now
it's so fun. Like you said, it's you guys got the beach there.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Puerto Rico. Did you ever play there?
No, I never played in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, it's just like playing pickup, and then you about to go to the beach, and then you might have a game.
That's what exactly it was. But I feel like now, I feel like it's a good place for you to go your first year overseas.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're away from home and things like that. You're in a different, the time zone and stuff, but you're not as home because you have other Americans over there. So I think it's a good stop for your first year, but your second year when you do go to, those, you're just like in a shock, like, because that's how my first year I thought this is how Europe was going to be. Then I went to Slovakia, which was behind time and everything. I didn't have anybody. So I was really like, that's when I really got that, like, oh, shoot, like this is what overseas, Yeah.
Well, you were the only American in Slovakia on your team?
I had another one, Kayla Peterson. I don't know if Stanford.
Okay, I do remember. Yes,
my teammate. Like, no other teams around. When I was in Israel, it was like a team is 15 minutes away that has 3 Americans. Like it was a lot of teams.
Oh yeah.
But it's like when you're in Slovakia, it's like hours to the next team. So.
Oh yeah. That's love right there. That's easy. That's down the street.
So then it's like everybody goes to the same restaurants because we all like the same food because we're Americans, or like same nightclubs because they play American music. So, and it's on the men's side too. So it's like the American and the men. So you just really like in America, to be honest, you're
Yeah.
never reminded of it until you hear someone speak Hebrew. So
Did you pick up any languages so far playing overseas?
man, when I'm there, like I understand it. I try. I never try to learn it because I don't use it.
Yeah.
So,
But you probably can understand what they're saying.
yeah, most of the time, just like the basic thing. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm just like, all right, she don't speak English, so. But I do try to learn. I'm not gonna play like I don't, but
Yeah.
most
I'm
of
trying to learn Spanish, so I'm trying to give myself a year. Since I'm down here in Texas, I might as well get something else.
you might as
Man. Okay, so how long did you play for Connecticut Sun in the WNBA?
I played for them for 5 years.
5 years.
Hmm.
Did you play with any other teams?
No, I went to Phoenix. I went to Phoenix training camp, and then
Okay.
them. And after that, I was just like, I'm never playing in the WNBA again. I was kind of heartbroken from that because I really thought I was gonna. But I mean,
Okay.
how politics was, and I feel like it was something on that side, so it just kind of just made me just really not even want to ever give it a chance again. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So go to training camp, didn't make the cut. How and you had these emotions. How did you get over that? How did you get through that? Because I think clearly you're still playing, so you kept playing. You kept pushing the envelope.
Yeah, so like when I went into the training camp, like I was just coming like off of a knee injury. So it was like two as well. I had a knee injury, so they knew as well. Like okay,
Yeah.
like maybe not. So let's go with a rookie. So they chose over me. But I remember going into that meeting. Penny Taylor called me in the meeting. I talked, and they were just like, we decided to go with 3 point guards. Diane, I think it was Danielle Robinson and somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it's not enough room. I was like, okay, I left out of there and I didn't even grab like any of my old jerseys. Like I was mad because like I had a Phoenix jersey, I had all this stuff, like everything that they gave me training camp. Like, I only have 2 shirts and that probably was what I left with.
Mm-hmm.
But I just stormed out of there and just like start like crying to my mom, like I'm done with basketball, like I don't want to play anymore. And she was like, I felt like that was the first time I ever was cut from something in my life. So just that feeling of just like defeat and someone can control what my destiny was just something that really bothered me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Was there amount of what amount of time were you able to like let those emotions out, feel them, and then be like, okay, about to get back on this horse and let's go?
I would say when I got back home, like, so I had to pack up my things and leaving, like packing up your stuff in front of people, them telling you bye. That was hard. Like flying home by yourself, thinking about it. But then when I got around my family, I kind of was just like, all right, like what's next? And then I had got overseas, so I kind of was able to prepare for myself for that to go overseas again. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, because these athletes need to hear that. Like,
no, for sure.
Even though you have played at the highest level, possibly for women, sometimes you get cut.
Mm-hmm.
I got cut twice.
Yeah, that was the first.
And it's tough. Yeah,
tough. For sure, tough. I mean, just kind of, I don't know. I just feel like athletes, everyone's always choosing, and that kind of goes into like me being a business owner as well. Like because I had to transition when I got cut. It's like you hear no's. I never heard no before. You know what I'm saying? In high school, like they wanted me, so they took me, from college. So that's yes, and then getting drafted, that was a yes.
Right.
I got cut from there. It's like no's, but then it's like when I start my business, I'm trying to get different customers. Hey, I got a trucks repair shop. No, thank you. I don't want your services. So that really kind of helped me like deal with no's on a business standpoint from what I did before. So yeah.
So you're awesome. Your experience in basketball, especially getting cut, right? It's transferring. It's transferring over that confidence, that keep going is transferring over to your business. And we can see you're about to be in the year 4.
Yeah.
Just went from 2 to 5 bays. This is dope. You got your own truck on the road. So that's amazing. And really that's what sports are that's really what sports are, especially at the young age of middle school, high school. If we can allow kids to play sports and just teach those discipline and those different principles for life, you know,
Yeah.
I think that's the one of the bigger things for positives for sports.
Sure. And like I was saying, it was like, for me, it took me to, we were talking before, to turn to a business that have that business mind. It was when I was, when I was making really good money, you know, in Italy and things like that.
Yeah.
The money stopped coming, but I still continued. I wanted to live that lifestyle I was living, but I still had my house, my car, this and this. So once I saw the money stop for that and know that my bills was still going, that's when I was like, I have to find something else, you know? And that's what made it click for me, when I saw like it can be taken away from you. And then it's just like, what's next? And I like, when I was playing good, when I was at my highest level, when I was playing in the WNBA, things like that, I really wasn't thinking about what was after basketball until that moment. And also, like, when I was in Miami, like riding on some jet skis one time with some friends, we were just having fun. And then I had a moment where I just slowed down on the jet skis, and my friends, they were just having a good time. I just looked to my right and I saw these like huge mansions. And I felt like basketball can never get me, no matter if I'm the best player in the league, just because of the woman, how much they give us, you know what I'm saying? So that made me wanted to have multiple streams and to where I want to live comfortably and afford those type of things. So for me, like, I always talk to people, you know, they're always asking, how did I transition from basketball to business? And it's like, I did it. I'm still playing. So it's
right.
I did it while I'm transitioning, while I'm still playing basketball. That way, like, I'm overseas, Ernie, like, I don't turn on the TV at all. Like, I don't watch shows. I don't watch TV. Like, I'm literally at the gym or on my computer, like, researching something, or just growing, just trying to find something to just continue to grow. I probably turned on my TV maybe 3 times this past season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, because
that's the biggest thing that athletes nowadays need to know, because it's a blessing that you can do something that you love and have so much time to work on something else. Like, it'll suck when you have to come back from overseas and have to work on things then when you have to get a job. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, like, you have so much time overseas, like, start researching things, do things while you're paid over there. That way, when you come home, you can, you know, work on that then, rather than, and it's a lot of athletes just sometimes, like, obviously, like, you just, you know, the waste time, you know, never want to waste that time.
Yes. Hey, I was literally just going to ask you about like sharing an example of your schedule and saying, like, for the athletes that are getting ready to get into it, a rookie, 3rd year, you know, vet, or 7-year vet, we have so much time.
So much time on our hands.
I wasted it, but we have so much time where you might have a hard day, maybe of 5 hours, right? That's the most, which if you have shooting in the morning, you got your night practice for 2 hours, and then you have weights. That's a full day. Yeah. But that's not typical. It might be from 3 hours to 4 hours, maybe
4
every
hours.
day.
Hey, yeah. So you have 20 hours to do nothing.
Nothing. And man, what would you say to the athlete that's sitting next to you on the bus, y'all getting ready to go to practice, and you're like, hey, since you're a rookie, somebody needs to tell you this. Mm-hmm. You know, what would you say to them if they're like, no, I'm just worried about basketball right now?
See, I've been in that position too, but it's just like a lot of people just don't want to hear it, and I don't want to force anything. You know, sure. I'll be the example. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Like, because I have times where I want to, you know, put that on people, and it's just like, nah, like exactly what you say. Like, I don't need it. I'm good, you know. But then I watch later on that, okay, you're not good. But it's like, I don't really force that upon people. If someone wants to come to me and ask me about business, I talk to it. I never talk about what I want to do or tell somebody what they should do, because I feel like you learn when you want to learn, and you're going to do it when you want to do it. So it's like, that's kind of how I am. But I see it, and I tell you can binge watch on these shows, but it's time to make some money. Like, like, you're going to have to binge watch on binge working. So it's kind of what you want to do in your time. I can't spit that out to rookies already, because I do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
can't say something that I didn't do. It took me 2 years to really understand it as well, too. So, but I would also tell them so they can start now.
Right.
So
Right.
start now for sure, because there's a lot of players that the transition is tough. It's tough mentally. Like I've during my season, like I have a therapist that I talk to about basketball, because we
Mm-hmm.
all go through things in life, and I have a therapist that I have. So it's just like, but I know a lot of people that have like just mentally, just it can mess you up. So
It can.
Mhm.
I'm gonna share my story on that on my podcast. But yeah, man, I retired maybe 4 years ago. Didn't have it, and it wasn't my choice. My body was like, we done, like
Yeah,
sub, full time sub, and so it's tough when you're getting this little bit of money anyway to start off with, and then you don't have anything. Then you
right.
come back to the States and you're trying to look for a decent job to match or get more money than what you've been doing, but then you don't have any work history and you need
Exactly.
experience. And so it's just this cycle of jobs that you take. Well, for me, I took, but didn't want. They
Yeah,
weren't in my gift or to help me find my purpose. I was chasing the money because I needed it.
right,
And
right.
so, yeah, man, finally, 4 or 5 years fast forward, I chose to do basketball training full
Hmm.
time and like step out there on a limb and build something. And I have a couple podcasts going and some different Amazon businesses and different things.
Right.
And I'm watching people like you with the
Yeah.
forex and the trucks. I'm like, yes, this is what we need.
Yeah.
And you are a true example of that. And I'm glad that you're still playing. So other females can really, really see. They can play against you. They can see your Facebook and see, oh, she's doing all this other stuff
Yeah.
while she's still hooping out here, giving us buckets.
I literally post a truck that's in my shop, and then 10 minutes later, I'm on the court playing a game. So yeah.
That's dope.
And after the game, I don't even post my stats or nothing. I just post a truck.
Post the truck
Like,
for
yeah,
the win.
yeah, that's it.
So, are you into real estate
Um,
investing yet?
I've had some people that come to me about it, but I just
Yeah,
haven't tapped into it yet.
not yet.
That's
Yeah, not yet. I see you.
rubbed me the right way yet,
I got you. I
Uh,
got you. And the reason I asked is because your moment on the jet skis when you would look to the side
yeah,
and saw the mansions. I was
that's
like, that's right. I'm getting ready to go to Cancun for my birthday, and I'm like, I'm already trying to set up a day where I'm like, find a realtor to take me around
mhm,
town so I can see. I
yeah.
want to see because I want property. I want
Those
land.
things are good. Like I think I had did that too. Was looking when I was in Tulum, Mexico. So
Nice.
I
Yeah,
think to buy there, but Atlanta is kind of hot right now for everybody buying houses around here. So,
for sure.
but I'm just not yet.
Yep.
I need
Cool.
if I did want to do something, it would have to be duplex or something like that, like
You said what?
duplexes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Multifamily. Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, a minute ago you shared a little bit that you have a therapist that you talked to through the season,
hmm,
and mental health is one of the things I really enjoy talking about and sharing my experience. And I think it's not talked about enough in
yeah,
sports, especially for women's basketball or women's sports.
hmm,
My question is, why or not why, but like how did you get hooked up with a therapist? And what positivity has that brought you?
right.
Like, how was that experience?
For me, I felt through my career, like dealing with injuries and like just being this strong person. Like I never kind of like talk about my problems, and I can't really talk about it to my mom because she feels my pain. She
Yeah,
feels so it's just like sometimes like I want to have those conversations with her and like how I'm feeling. Like I'm just not okay. Like it's okay to say sometimes that you're not okay.
absolutely.
So it was just hard to tell her that because she's after that she just always worry about me, and then I didn't want her to worry so much. So one day I just was just like I just kind of searched and I found this. I was doing it when I was in Italy, and just talking to her every day about just things that I was going through, and it as far as like me always giving to people, not returning it, or like basketball, my personal life, and to be honest, like I used to go to her like every week, but now we're down to like twice a month. So
Yeah,
but I think it allowed me to just view things so different, and just how I like let people in my life, or just kind of how sometimes it's okay to say no. Like I'm just this yes person to always help people.
Right.
So it's just different angles that she really like helped me see. And I was just able to just, she's just like, all right, just tell me how your day was today. Like, what's your emotions today? Like, work on this. Like, I have to do every day, like, just, like saying how I feel. Like, I'm not okay, or I like this, I want, or just being more expressive and communicating my feelings more. Um, yeah, that it really helped me, and it's still helping me to this day. So, yep.
Cool. Did you see a change in performance on the court after going to therapy and being able to just talk and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did actually. I feel like it was like just a relief, like just extra things. Like it was just like I was free. I was open, excited about it. Like
yeah.
I feel like I didn't have like the best season overseas with my team over there. So I was well. Me and my president on the team just didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
That was another reason. But she just helped me just kind of like just stay focused on my goal there. Whenever you're ready to leave, just leave. So, but it did, I it was able to just kind of release everything that I had built up and talk to someone that didn't judge, wouldn't feel my emotions, and would tell me what I, not what I wanted, kind of just very neutral, and I feel like my mom is very close to me, so I feel like sometimes I just couldn't tell her exactly how I feel because next day she's gonna be like, "Are you okay, honey?" So it's just like I'm good, just I'm good. I just had a day, just
Yeah.
I'm fine, It
That's
helps,
awesome.
and I advise everyone to get that because sometimes at first I used to feel like I'm not crazy. I don't need a therapist. It's not because you're crazy. It's just sometimes it's just like you need that extra help or that extra push to
Mm-hmm.
get one. So
It's because you're human and we
yeah,
go through stuff.
exactly. And I feel like, and like I said, that quote was just like, it's okay to not to say you're not okay. Like sometimes the people, how I'll be like, how are you today?
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, I'm good. Like sometimes I find myself, I'm okay. Like I'm not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that because you can't put this, this front on that you're always okay because no one's always okay.
Yeah. Yeah, especially professional athletes and
For sure.
collegiate athletes.
Because
we are not always okay.
yeah, we're looked at so different. When you come back in town, all your friends think you balling but you really don't know what we're making overseas. Like just because I'm a professional athlete doesn't mean I'm making professional money. So it's like it's just you're viewed different, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, and then you're hanging around other athletes that may be doing things, and you kind of want to keep yourself on this pedestal with them, but little do you know you're making less money. So it's just always this image that you kind of find yourself trying to keep, and that's kind of why I kind of like lay low, like I don't want to try to keep my image because of who else is doing something. I just want to be in my lane and just kind of focus on what I'm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you want to come to me, you can come to me. So that's kind of, but we kind of get into that thing where just because you're professional athletes, you just kind of want to do what professional athletes do, but you gotta chill, like
yeah, gotta do what you need to do.
yeah, exactly.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that about your therapist experience and how that helped you. I actually wish because I went through a lot of depression and anxiety with injuries and being overseas.
For sure.
And just all these things in your mind is like, oh, I just hope I want to get through the game. I just want to get through practice. I don't want to get cut. All this stuff, Oh, should I leave at Christmas?
Right.
Like all that stuff was so draining. But at the same time, you would never know because the stats still say double.
Right. Exactly.
And it's just not, like we said, everything that's on the outside as far as being a collegiate or professional athlete, even if we're performing, doesn't mean we're super happy and everything is luxurious.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not for us women out here. Man, what else? Oh, quick.
Mm-hmm.
Books. So let me pop this up on the screen. Gabrielle Maddox, that's my homie, teammate from Texas.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Do you have any good book suggestions? Are you a book reader or like a Audible? I'm an Audible person.
I'm really not. I don't remember the last time I picked up a book.
Or any dope podcast you like to listen to?
I'm more so like a YouTube, like search something and listen to how it, or
yeah,
like that. Like if I have if I want to learn something, I'm just mostly like YouTube or something like that.
Mm. Oh, so this is what I'm reading right now, Gabby. Pivot and Go. This is by a guy named David Nurse from the NBA. I guess he was a. I'm still getting into it. He was a basketball coach and something that, but he's sharing his story about his basketball. He played pro and then went into camps and NBA coaching, and now, I think he's like a. I don't even know if he's like a therapist or something. But I just started the book, but when I was working at Dell this past year, he hopped on a podcast, or not a podcast, but a Zoom meeting, and he just talked to us about really how to persevere and pivot and go, right?
Yeah.
When you get cut, you gotta pivot and go.
Right.
When you have to retire, you gotta pivot and go, pivot and go. So, and then I don't know. I have a bunch of real estate books that I still need to crack open, but I'm a Audible too. I like to listen to stuff and always also be doing other crap. And then YouTube. Have you what's the latest like thing that you searched on YouTube as far as trying to be nerdy with it? It could be business, it can be something fun, whatever. Anything you want to share?
I don't know. I think actually, like yesterday I did how to start a dispatch company, because I want to do dispatch trucks too. So I want to learn how to do that. So actually
that's dope.
Yeah. So actually talking to the shippers and dispatching my own trucks instead of another guy's company. So
oh yeah, keeping it in house to yourself.
Yeah. Oh, a book, actually, I do know. I had to just Google it real quick. I read a time ago the name of it, but it's called Chop Wood, Carry Water.
Chop wood, carry water.
Try to
write that down.
Kind of like tell you about like how to fall in love with the process. Like, he was a guy that every day he would just go around and chop wood and just until he actually got to his goal.
Wow.
It's really, really good. Like, that's one of my favorite books. Yep.
Chop wood. Chopped is chopped or chop wood?
Chop. CH.
Okay. Chop. There you go, Gabby. Got a couple books for you. I'm gonna look into that too.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Any last like pieces of advice for the college athlete that has the ability to go to the next level? The guys or girls, women.
Yeah.
How should they be pursuing this next level, since we already talked about how it's not necessarily more professional, but it's all you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's all on you, and you're not being baby.
Actually, not at all. And I kind of like, I don't know if you've been seeing lately, it's like everybody's kind of going into these portals early, or like transferring, or just kind of going into the NBA, declaring for the league early. I just think just like once you get to that level, and just knowing that you're never safe, like just never be comfortable.
Yeah.
With, your position. Always try to get better, because it's always next up. And then just have fun. I mean, it's something that everybody always dream of being in. And as far as the college athletes now, just kind of enjoy college. Enjoy the moments that you have, because you just never know when it's going to be taken away from you at the pro level or the collegiate level.
Man.
Because I mean, injuries are coming here and there. Just take care of your body. That's one thing. But like nowadays is like we have so much access to take care of your bodies. Just take care of your bodies, and then as far as like what you want to do after basketball, you have to now. Like, you got to think now, because I know so many athletes that has made so much money, has blown it, and just know what to do, go broke, and just kind of like.
Well, I ain't make a lot of money, but yeah, the other stuff.
Like just finding something now, like finding something that you may like. It's a lot of things that's going on now, like YouTube, like eyelashes, this,
everything, Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. It's a lot of stuff. It's so many ways to make money than it was when we were in college, So it's so much more. And it's just like, find that one thing, get a mentor, talk to somebody that's, successful in it, pick their brain, learn for them, just learn, and just know that like basketball is just 1%. Like, other things, other ways to just be successful in life and just enjoy life, be a good person, just have fun.
Yes. I agree. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Last question real quick. Did you foresee Stanford and Arizona in the championship?
Did I see it? No,
Did
not
you foresee that? Who did you have in the
it was like
Final Four even?
you. First of all, I wasn't really looking at like
Okay, I got you.
a long time, but it's like I didn't I didn't see that at all. I thought it was gonna be UConn, obviously, in
Yeah.
some like I mean
Yeah.
Baylor got it for sure. Like they was snubbed for sure. That was for sure a foul. But yeah,
that's hot. That's a hard one to
it was
swallow. That.
a game though. It was a good game. I enjoyed watching the Final Four and the championship, but I didn't. Oh, they gotta go.
Man, they tall, man. They're tough.
They are.
They scrappy and tall. Dang, because I remember playing, Iowa State type
Yeah.
of team. Tall girls that can shoot, tough.
Yes.
Man.
For sure. But it was good though. I enjoyed it though. It was good.
Yeah. I didn't watch many games, but I watched the last probably Sweet 16, Elite 8.
Same.
That's where I'm trying. That's the real ball. That's what I'm trying to see right there.
Yeah, exactly. This stuff. Y'all can go ahead with that.
All right, man. So let's close the show out. I appreciate you getting on the show. I'm gonna have you on the Triple Double Life podcast where we kind of dig into anything that you want to share about Forex and dig into your business a little more, and really share how you really got started. But that's on a different podcast. But I wanna give you a chance to talk about your business and let people know where you at with the DNS truck repair and your trucks that are on your fleet that's on the road.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so just it's a shout out for yourself.
Oh, I thought you were saying on the Triple Double show, but yeah, just follow me. My personal page is McCray, and then my truck repair shop is DNS Truck Repair, where we have I have photos of everything that we do on there. But like I said earlier, like I have a truck on the road now. It's actually my driver's headed to Jacksonville, and then my new shop is open. We're just moving in things right now. So tomorrow I'm going to start moving my office there and everything like that. So that's kind of it.
Cool. So I'm gonna take a stab at it. So DNS. So Dad's name is Steve, right?
Yep.
DNS. Danielle and Steve. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, check my girl out. She's in, and y'all moved to Atlanta with the new shop.
Yep.
She's in Atlanta. If you need some trucks that need some repair, this is the shop to go to. Check her out on Instagram. Hit her up and bring your truck in. Let's get it going. All right, man. I appreciate you. Stay on the line. Everybody else, we will see you when we see you. Peace.